World War II has been adapted into thousands of films, but only a few have earned the respect of real historians. These 10 titles go beyond the explosions and uniforms. They capture the complex strategies, personal tragedies, and moral dilemmas of a war that shaped the 20th century. From battlefield realism to civilian survival stories, these movies come with a historian's stamp of approval and deserve your attention. 1. The Longest Day, 1962. Shot in black and white with an epic all-star cast, The Longest Day chronicles the events of D-Day from multiple perspectives, Allied and German alike. The film spans the chaotic landings at Normandy, the aerial assaults, and the confusion in German command posts. With over 40 speaking roles and an almost documentary style, it feels like history unfolding in real time. Historians praise The Longest Day for its factual fidelity, use of actual military advisors, and depiction of real-life figures like Eisenhower and Rommel. It's considered one of the most accurate portrayals of the D-Day invasion, capturing not only strategy and scale, but also the personal confusion and fear of soldiers on both sides. It's frequently used in classrooms to illustrate the invasion's complexity. 2. Das Boot, 1981. This German masterpiece plunges viewers into the claustrophobic, nerve-wracking world of a World War II U-boat crew. The entire film unfolds mostly inside the tight, grimy confines of the submarine as the men face boredom, sudden depth charges, and creeping insanity. With gritty realism and psychological intensity, Das Boot strips away all wartime glory and replaces it with sweat, rust, and fear. Historians often highlight Das Boot as the most accurate submarine film ever made. Former U-boat sailors have praised its authentic portrayal of life below the sea, from the crew's routines to the heart-stopping terror of Allied attacks. Its neutrality in tone, avoiding propaganda, adds to its credibility, making it a go-to for understanding the psychological toll of underwater warfare. 3. Downfall, 2004. Told from the perspective of Hitler's secretary, Downfall reenacts the final days of the Third Reich inside the Führerbunker. As Berlin crumbles above, Hitler rants, generals defect, and civilians suffer. Bruno Ganz's portrayal of Hitler is chillingly human, which makes the horrors even more haunting. The film paints a terrifying portrait of a collapsing empire imploding from within. Based heavily on first-hand accounts and historian Joachim Fesswerk, Downfall is praised for its commitment to historical accuracy. Experts laud it for showing not only Hitler's final descent into delusion, but also the chaos among Nazi leadership. It's one of the few films that captures how ordinary people enabled extraordinary evil, and how it all unraveled. 4. Come and See, 1985. This harrowing Soviet film follows a Belarusian boy who joins the partisan resistance, only to experience the unimaginable cruelty of Nazi occupation. As villages are razed and people slaughtered, the boy's youthful innocence is stripped away. Come and See is more psychological descent than a narrative, equal parts poetry and nightmare. Historians and scholars consider this the most emotionally accurate depiction of the Eastern Front. It reflects actual Nazi atrocities committed in Belarus and Ukraine, many of which are documented. The raw, near-documentary filming style and the actor's real-time psychological transformation have earned it accolade from war historians for its uncompromising realism. 5. Saving Private Ryan, 1998. Steven Spielberg's war epic opens with an unforgettable 25-minute Omaha beach landing scene. Raw, chaotic, and terrifying. The story then follows a small group of soldiers sent behind enemy lines to find a paratrooper whose brothers have died. It's a journey through war's absurdities, losses, and brotherhood, driven by visceral combat realism. Military historians widely cite Saving Private Ryan for its unparalleled authenticity in depicting World War II combat, especially the D-Day sequence. From weapon accuracy to tactical behavior and even emotional trauma, the film is used in military academies and history classes. It set a new standard for realism in war cinema, with veterans often confirming, "That's how it was." 6. Letters from Iwo Jima, 2006. Told from the Japanese perspective, Clint Eastwood's Letters from Iwo Jima follows General Kobayashi and his men as they prepare to face overwhelming American forces. The film reveals their fears, letters home, and desperate strategies. It's quiet and tragic, giving dignity to soldiers who rarely had a voice in Western war films. Historians commend this rare American production for presenting the Japanese side of World War II with empathy and authenticity. Based on real letters and memoirs, the film humanizes an often demonized enemy and reflects the harsh realities of Japan's defensive war strategy. It's used to spark discussion on wartime propaganda and mutual understanding. 7. The Pianist, 2002. Based on the memoir of Polish-Jewish pianist Władysław Szpilman, this film recounts his harrowing survival in Nazi-occupied Warsaw. As his family is deported and the city falls, Szpilman hides in ruins, survives by luck and talent, and watches his world collapse in silence. It's a deeply personal war story of isolation and endurance. Roman Polanski's film is noted for its detailed recreation of the Warsaw Ghetto and Holocaust-era Warsaw. Historians endorse it for accurately portraying Jewish persecution, the Ghetto Uprising, and the daily terror under Nazi rule. Based directly on Szpilman's first-hand account, it's considered a vital narrative in understanding urban civilian survival. 8. A Bridge Too Far, 1977. 9. Patton, 1970. George C. Scott thunders through the screen as General George S. Patton, a brilliant, controversial U.S. tank commander. The film traces Patton's North African campaigns, his clashes with Eisenhower, and his complicated persona. It's part war story, part character study of a military genius who couldn't follow the rules. Historians admire Patton for its multidimensional portrayal of a real military legend. The screenplay was co-written by Francis Ford Coppola, using Patton's actual speeches and diaries. While dramatized, it offers insight into the man behind the medals, his brilliance, arrogance, and contradictions, making it essential viewing in military leadership courses. 10. The Battle of Algiers, 1966. Though technically post-WWII, this film depicts the Algerian War for independence against French colonial forces using guerrilla warfare. Its grainy, newsreel-style visuals and street-level chaos resemble WWII's occupied cities, making it a fitting inclusion. Civilians bombed, tortured, and radicalized. War is shown as dirty, political, and personal. Military historians, including the Pentagon, have studied the Battle of Algiers for its chillingly accurate portrayal of urban insurgency and counterinsurgency. It's often screened by defense strategists and scholars for its insights into how asymmetric warfare unfolds. Though French, its lessons are global and painfully relevant to WWII occupations. These films don't just show war, they explain it. Through emotional depth, strategic detail, and historical accuracy, they offer a powerful education disguised as cinema. Whether you're a history buff or just looking to understand the true cost of conflict, these historian-approved titles deserve a place on your must-watch list. If you found this video amazing, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our deep dive film lists. And tell us in the comments, which World War II movie do you think deserves more attention from historians? We'd love to hear your take.